Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing? Love the way you look in the mirror and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from createyourself.today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. And we are coming online from Florence again. How did you like our episode about night munches? Have you tried some of the strategies already? Because remember, guys, no matter how much you know, how much you read, how much you learn, if you don't practice any of that, and if you don't practice it in advance before the actual moment where you need it happens, you're probably not going to be really good at doing it, making it happen then at the moment when you actually need it. So the best way to practice any skill is to practice it little by little in advance while you don't need it as much. So when you need it, you really feel like you have it and you can do it without thinking too much or without having to go back to the episode. So re-listen the episode about night munches because I know I've been through it. A lot of my clients are going or been through it, and it's a problem for a lot of people for many different reasons. But guys, re-listen to that episode, figure out what tactics sounds the best for you, like what sounds something that you'd really love to try, something that sounds like you, and try them, and then try them and practice them, and most importantly practice them when you have the situation and you have this problem, this insatiable craving at night. So do the strategies and you conquer them sooner than you expect. Okay, so today we are talking about holiday dinners. It's holiday season, Thanksgiving's, Christmas, New Year's. I don't know about your culture, guys, but in Russia, we celebrate the most New Year. But then people start celebrating on, I don't know, sometimes on December 25th or early, corporate dinners. And then there is this huge New Year dinner and you basically eat through the whole night. And then there are several days of official days off where people go to each other and eat. And it seems like, 2-3 weeks of just eating constantly and being stuffed all the time. So that's what's happening in a lot of Russian homes. That's a part of our culture that I never really loved because, feeling stuffed all the time, it's not really comfortable. And you think you gotta do it, but you really don't. Nobody really cares how much you eat or whether you eat every day when everybody is eating or not. It's all in your head. And you have the right to create your own rules, the rules that make you feel good. And that's the most important thing. What makes you feel good, like really good? How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? So today we are talking about holiday dinners and how I approach them these days and what kind of rules I have for holiday dinners and what kind of guidelines you can learn to also have this holiday experience that works for you better, when you feel and look better during that holiday season and after it. Because at the end of the day, holiday season is not about food. Yes, it's about connecting, having meals together, but it's not about stuffing our faces. It's about the connection to people we love, our family, our friends, and our community. And yes, we share food, but again, nobody's forcing you to stuff yourself. Don't fool yourself on that, okay? You can still have pretty healthy dinners, but just with more people that you love and special foods. So here is my holiday dinners guide. It's not that specific because usually on holidays you do want to try all these different foods and share foods that other people cook for you or you cook for other people, and that also include, some traditional dishes. You want to share and try all of that. But as I said, nobody forces you to stuff yourself. That's like a thing you have in your head. That's all. You gotta get over it like I did once in my life and move towards a better place. So holiday dinners guide. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. In Russia, we also have Old New Year. It's like New Year according to the old calendar. So people love to celebrate and to eat no matter the occasion. And we create as many as we need or as we want. So holiday dinner day. First, don't go hungry the whole day, because then you're gonna end up really starving by that dinner and you will have really hard time controlling anything. You'll just go all out and stuff your face. That's what's gonna happen for most of you guys. That's what used to happen to me a lot and to a lot of my clients. So don't go hungry. If you have 3 meals a day, have those 3 meals a day as usual. Maybe not eat as much, but still have them. Have a lot of vegetables, have a lot of protein-rich foods, and those are your fish, your non-processed other meats, your fish, your, beef, or pork, or chicken, eggs, prepared, in a good, healthy, delicious way, the way you love. And then vegetables, a lot of vegetables and fiber. And also stay hydrated, especially during holidays. A lot of people kind of forget to drink water. For me, it's non-negotiable. I have my water bottles and 500 milliliter water bottle. And until I drink 4 of those, especially during holidays, or if I travel, or if I train especially hard, I drink more water. But I always drinking. So don't forget to hydrate yourself. That's also very important for your hunger and your satiety, and to just help your body to deal with those new foods and to detox something, to absorb and digest everything better, right? So stay hydrated. Maybe like have some sort of water routine. A lot of times I would recommend to people who have 3 meals a day, just, have 5 milliliters in the morning, first thing in the morning. Have 500 milliliters before breakfast, before lunch, and before dinner, and you have your 2 liters. It's really that simple. So stay hydrated, have your meals, have a lot of veggies and proteins, because fiber, micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, proteins, healthy fats, they keep you full the longest. And then by the time it's dinner time, you're not gonna have those cravings and that insatiable hunger and that feeling that you gotta stuff your face and eat everything inside. So have your meals, hydrate yourself, work out. It's a huge bonus because it will help your body to distribute fuel better, like, recover muscles, put something in muscle glycogen. Also, that's gonna improve your metabolism, your fat metabolism, your carbohydrate metabolism. You're gonna be more insulin sensitive. That means that, again, your whole body, all of your cells will accept the fuel more easily instead of storing that in your fat storage. So work out. That will also, certain type of workouts increase your metabolism for the next 24 hours. And that will for sure help to deal with that dinner that is going to be more caloric dense. So workout, high intensity interval workouts increase your metabolism for 24 hours after. Then also weight training, especially leg day, is amazing for holiday dinners because you get, that great workout, and all of your leg muscles, those muscles is the biggest muscle group, and you have the biggest muscle cells and the most amount of muscle cells there, and you have just by mass more muscle mass in your legs. And so when you train your legs, your cells are really prepared to soak up all those carbohydrates that you probably might be eating at that holiday dinner. So high intensity interval training, great leg workout, and you're ready to go. And don't forget to still eat your veggies, eat your protein, and stay hydrated. And then I'm gonna give you a few of my rules and listen to them and see if they make sense to you. And then also write down right after you listen to this podcast, or maybe later this day if you're driving or commuting or you can't really do it when you listen to the podcast, sit down and write down your own rules so you have them before the occasion, because when you're at the dinner, it's not the ideal time to make any sorts of rules. You're just not going to be able to do that, guys, because your mind going to be focused on food, not on your rules. So make those rules in advance and make them yours. Make the ones that make sense to you in your life, and you know yourself better than anyone else does, right? So you know what you're actually going to do compared to best case scenario in your life, compared to these rules that you heard from me or from somebody else, but you're not going to do them. So why fool yourself and then get frustrated that you couldn't follow them? Create the ones that actually work for you. That's important, guys. So these are mine. Try everything you want, but one serving only. So except for vegetables and proteins, I try absolutely everything I want at that dinner, but only one serving. And I prefer to go for smaller servings for desserts. So if it's a dessert that I want to try, my mom's honey cake, I forget how you call it in English. I don't even know if there is, an appropriate name, but there is a special cake my mom always makes, and I absolutely love it. And so whenever it's a holiday, and it's actually quite a lot of work to make it, it's several hours, so I always would have a piece of that cake, but only one piece. Before, I could eat like half of the cake. That's kind of, I'm a big eater. I have big appetites. Like my mom always is surprised how much I can eat when I commit to it. So anyhow, these days I have only one piece of cake. And I enjoy it fully. So I try everything I want, but one serving only, except for vegetables and proteins. Eat really slowly. Savor each bite. That's my next rule. So whenever I have that mom's cake, I really enjoy it. Like I savor it. I melt it in my mouth. You know how it feels when you really savor something, when you're not just, rushing to get through all of your food as fast as possible to load the second and third and fourth plate. You know how it feels when you really savor each piece. And probably if you did it, you notice that you eat much, much less when you do it that way. It's just impossible to eat your cake, take like 20 minutes to eat that piece of cake, and then want another half a cake. Not a piece, but I have a cake, and eating it slowly. It's just not possible you're going to be able to do that. Like, I'm yet to meet a person who can eat really, really, really slowly and eat a lot of food. So really savor each bite. That's the next rule of mine. The next one, eat till you're full and no longer hungry, not stuffed. So again, eat till you are full and no longer hungry, not stuffed. And there is a difference, and you know the difference, guys. When you eat your meal and you feel that, you don't want really anything anymore, you're no longer hungry, but you're not stuffed either. You can still get up and do things and go for a walk, maybe not going for a full blown like workout, but you know what I mean. When you're full and you feel good, you feel energized, not stuffed and ready to go to bed. That's what I mean. So that's my rule. Eat till I'm no longer hungry, till I'm full, not till I'm stuffed. The next one, eat lots of vegetables and protein first. So whenever I start any holiday dinner, either at my house or at my parents' house or at my friend's house or at some restaurant, so I always make sure that I eat my vegetable dishes, my salads, my vegetable dishes, my protein dishes first before I continue to any sorts of dessert, snacks, and what have you, trying all of the other stuff, right? So that's what I do. I eat lots of vegetable dishes, and of course, it's not like steamed vegetables or salad. There are many vegetable dishes. So sometimes they're mixed with protein, and that's fine. But a lot of vegetables, a lot of fiber, and a lot of protein, that's what I'm gonna eat first. And then also, after I have my servings of vegetables and proteins, and I tried everything. Let me take a sip of water. And so when I tried everything and I'm still hungry, what I usually do is I eat more vegetables and protein, not more cake. That's my trick. So I eat my vegetables and proteins, then I try whatever it is I want. I eat dessert or whatever, one serving of everything. And then if I'm still hungry, I eat more vegetables and proteins. So for example, in my home, when we have holiday dinners, a lot of times we would have either baked fish or chicken, and we would have something like different baked and grilled vegetables, and also vegetables made in some sort of ragu or stews, like a lot of different vegetable dishes, right? So I would have that, and then I would have desserts, and then if I'm hungry still, I'm gonna eat more of that fish, more of that chicken, more of those veggies. The next one, eat once. So what do I mean by that? In Russia, there is that New Year dinner tradition when you start eating at like 9 p.m. and then you have your food together kind of for a couple of hours till midnight, right? And then you go do fireworks and all that stuff, and then you start eating again. So for me, what I do these days is I just have that one meal, and when everybody goes for like seconds and there is this second part, I just have my drinks, maybe some tea, maybe I would have a piece of cake, but I eat my major meal only once. That's my rule. And that's always works so well for me. The next morning I wake up and everyone wakes up right feeling really, really stuffed and not rested enough, because of all that food still digesting. Me, on the other hand, I feel pretty refreshed, maybe not my best because I still ate like around 12 midnight, where I usually finish my meals by like 5-6 p.m. But I feel pretty good. So eat a meal once. So that's my rule. And remember, guys, again, it's okay those are basically my rules. And again, let's go through them. So try everything you want, but one serving only. And before that holiday dinner, don't forget to eat your veggies, your proteins, have your meals, have your workout as a bonus. And then try everything you want, but one serving only. Eat really slowly, savor each bite. Eat till you're full and no longer hungry, not stuffed. Eat lots of vegetables and protein first. If you're still hungry when you tried everything, had your dessert and everything you wanted, eat more veggie and protein again. Eat only once. And yeah, remember guys, it's okay to make your own rules. People who really care about you, they will understand. And people who don't care about you, why should you care about them? That's like my simple solution for you. Like my mom, for example, right? She knows I have this, I'm into nutrition, into healthy eating, and she knows my way of eating. So she never tries to stuff anything down my throat. No, she respects me and she understands me. And yes, she'd love, me to try her piece of cake, but if I don't, she's not gonna hold it against me because she really cares about me and how I feel, how well and happy I feel. And people who don't care about me and want me to stop myself and feel bad, why should I care about those people? And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't be, people pleaser, but you should choose people you care about, people who care about you carefully, and mind their opinion but not all the other opinions. And there will be a lot of people, believe me, who will always try to give you their opinion and persuade you to do something they believe in and they think you should do, but that has nothing to do with what's best for you, really. Anyhow, so make your own rules and don't be afraid to follow your own rules. If those rules, they work for you, then don't be shy again to use them. And remember that, again, people who really care about you, they will understand. And people who don't, you shouldn't care about opinions of those people. And then remember, guys, also another thing, like with my mom's cake, for example, right? There is always that food that you really love to try, or there is that person who cooked it because, especially for you, because as a kid you liked it, or something else. Of course, try this food because you love, those people who did something extra to give something that to give you something that you love, right? Maybe your grandma made that cake that you absolutely loved as a kid. So have a piece of that cake, but nobody forces you to stuff your face with the whole cake, or the seconds, the thirds, and the fourths. No, have a piece of cake, eat it, savor it, eat it with a huge smile on your face, because you probably do love it still, and all these childhood memories. But nobody is forcing you to eat the whole cake. And yeah, of course, your grandma or your mom might say, have another piece, but they would understand if you say no. They would not hold it against you, because nobody just say that you're full. Nobody has a measure on your stomach and knows when you're really full or when you're not. It's all up to you. Nobody's forcing you to go again for seconds, thirds, and what have you. And then I also wanted to talk about the next day. Yesterday in Florence, I was sitting at that cafe that I wanted to have a coffee for a while. It's just this cute cafe with seats made like huge coffee cups. And so when I was last time in Florence, I wanted to sit down there and have a cup of coffee. And this time I did. And I met there were 3 friends from Australia. They were a part of a cruise ship, so they had some free time to walk in Florence, and they were sitting down, trying some pastries in the same cafe next to me. And we started talking about nutrition and healthy eating. People, I always talk about that to people, and people talk back to me, because food, it connects all of us that we can relate to. And so they started telling me that, they have this all-inclusive buffet at their cruise ship, and that they already put a few pounds. And I told them, it's okay to do that once in a while. And I shared that what I believe is the problem is that people never have boundaries when they're on their cruise ship and when they're off that. You have your cruise for a few days, but then when you're off that cruise, what are you doing then? Like, are you eating the best, the most nutritious, the healthiest for you diet that supports your short and long-term health? Or are you just eating the same stuff that you've been eating on a cruise ship, but in smaller amounts, or still kind of stuffing your face every now and then? The problem is a lot of people don't have the end date of this stuffing, or a lot of food phase, or holidays. That holiday continues like throughout the whole year with cookies, some sugary and dessert like coffee drinks and all of that stuff. And there's always an occasion, guys. There is always something, like there is, and you know that. So the problem is that you might not have, and a lot of us might not have those end dates, So yeah, it's Thanksgiving dinner tonight, for example, but tomorrow it's not. So why are you keeping stuffing your face? So what I'm trying to say to you is, have the date when that dinner is on, and then set clear boundaries that the next day you're gonna get back to your routine that is best for you. So the next day after New Year, it might be 2 days. Like in Russia, for example, people eat a lot on 31st and on the 1st of January, 31st of December, 1st of January. So yeah, do that. Do your holiday meals 2 days. But then on the 2nd, don't continue to eat throughout the whole holiday for like 2 weeks straight. Set some boundaries. And the next day, after you decide to finish your holiday celebrations, the next day, schedule a workout with a buddy of yours, because chances are you're going to be not feeling really well and by yourself. If you're not committed to do it with someone gonna stick with it, then probably you're gonna fall back to eating. Instead, you want to have an accountability partner, somebody of yours who you decide together to go and do the workout. And it doesn't have to be like any sort of hard workout or anything. Just do it. Just do it. Have a buddy, have a friend, have someone for accountability, and maybe it's someone like you, and you decide, yeah, we gotta change this holiday, we gotta get back on track right after the holiday. So buddy up and go do that workout. Believe me, guys, it's not about losing weight or losing fat. It's about just getting back to it mentally. That's what it's all about, and that's what you need to do as soon as possible. And then get back to your eating routine. You don't have to starve yourself or go on a detox or anything. Just get back to your normal routine and follow your natural hunger. If you're not hungry after all these holiday dishes, then don't eat a lot. Stick to your vegetables, stick to your protein, stick to your routine, and then little by little set new goals, set new routines, so you get back to where you were, or even end up in a better place. You can do it over the holidays too, guys, and do that. So buddy up, do the workout, get back to your eating routine. Don't feel like you gotta starve yourself or fast, or no, just get back to the routine that worked great before the holidays, and get back to working out and moving. So that's my holiday dinners or dinner guide for you. Let me know what you think about all of these small rules and details and pieces of advice that I gave to you today. Think about it all, and right after this podcast, or whenever you get a chance, whenever you get like 5-10 minutes, it doesn't have to be like huge list, go to some quiet place, think about your best rules, your best routines that you can commit to, knowing yourself, knowing what you can do, instead of wishing to be the person who will do this, I don't know, fasting and hardcore workouts and never touching a dessert again. Create rules that you're gonna do, and that will work for you mentally and physically, and for your happiness and joy and connection through food with your loved ones, and sharing meals together, and feeling really festive and joyful and enjoying these holiday times together. So create your own rules. That is your homework for today, guys. And if you feel like you need some help with creating those rules, feel free to reach out. Feel free to use the link in the show notes, schedule our session, and I give you my best advice, what in your situation I think I would do. So schedule our session, create your own holiday dinners rules, and as usual, guys, thank you for your attention, for your love, for your connection, for your energy, and eat better daily.